Okay, we welcome the Memphis Tigers to the podium, joined by head coach Penny Hardaway, guard Kendric Davis, forward DeAndre Williams. Coach, we just begin with an opening statement. Your thoughts on the game, please, then we'll open up to questions.
Yeah, I'm really excited because I know how hard it is to win a basketball game and how much harder it is to win in March. UCF, their record doesn't indicate how good they really are. They had an injury to their point guard, and they tried to do it by committee. They had an injury to their big man. They hit a skid at one point where they lost 3 or 4 in a row, but I don't know what was really going on, but that's a really good basketball team, and I'm proud of my guys for coming out. And the toughest game is to get it under your belt because they played last night. What's tonight's game? So I'm very excited about the win.
Okay, we'll take questions from those in the room first. We can start in front with Jason, please.
First of all, Coach, this is for all of y'all, but first of all, Coach, good win, but talk about how DeAndre and Kendric played, because when I'm looking at the game, it's not only that they refuse to let y'all lose, they just refuse to let Central Florida win the ball game with how they played tonight.
Absolutely, both ways that you said. They refuse to lose and they refuse to let Central Florida win the game. These guys are killers, man. I keep saying the same thing. That's what they're built for. They're built for moments like this. And they're closers, and they both closed today. And I'm proud of both of them because they understand what the magnitude of what all of this is. KD's never made the NCAA tournament, so he's showing his hunger like, I'm not ready to go home. You lose that first game, man, it's not good for him or Dre's resume. And you got to win these type of games, and that's what they did.
KD and DeAndre, same question for both of you all, man.
I try to play with a chip on my shoulder. Coach be on us, hard, telling us we got to set the tempo. He called us in the office, like this personal. And my mind said, like, I remember what C.J. Kelly said, at UCF, like we had to show Memphis who, in town. And, I take that personal. And I got hurt the second game, and it was on my mind that, I wanted them to win last game. So I just played with that chip on my shoulder, and I ain't want to lose.
Dre.
Basically, the same thing Kendric just said. We knew we had to go out there and perform for the team to win, and we had that mindset all game. And we made big plays throughout the whole game. So we want to continue to play like this all tournament.
Here, please.
Kendric, was there a particular moment in this game that stands out to you that you're walking off the floor and you're kind of replay it in your head, like this was that moment, whatever it was the defining moment of this game?
Yeah, they made their run, and C.J. Kelly said something to Coach, doing the run, like, yeah, Penny, or something he said, and it pissed me off, like, for real. Like, I'm like, all right, bet, let's lock back in. And if Coach, we don't take that too well in Memphis, so, man, it just turned me up a bit, and we got it done.
Over here on the left.
KD, so like you just said, it kind of, got underneath the skin. But earlier in the season, you made a comment saying that you was a bad, what. So do you think you kind of proved that tonight, and along with DeAndre? I mean, you did your thing as well.
Man, we just playing ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, I lead it up to y'all. I just play ball, and I feel like I'm, the best in the country because I work hard at it. But like Penny always tell me, you got to have that swagger. If you know Penny, he got that swagger. So I came here to get that swagger, and I'm getting that swagger, I guess.
To Jeff.
This is for both of you. How soon did you know that it would work this well between you, that you would play so well together this year?
We knew that from the beginning of the season. I mean, when he came here, just the tandem we got, the duel we got all season, we got so many different options, out of our two-man game. And we trust Coach leadership. And we ball players, like Coach said, and we're going to get it done no matter, how we do it.
Okay, on the right to Terry.
Penny, I got 2 questions for you. First, I know this time of year you have a short memory because you have 19 hours to prepare. What's your message to the team going forward? And secondly, I know he don't care about being the player of the year, but what's your thought of him not getting the player of the year?
Yeah, for me, my message to the team was we don't know who's going to win, but we know we got to battle. We played an efficient game tonight. You got to repeat it again tomorrow, no matter who you face. It could be a zone because of Tulane. It could be man and zone with Wichita. So We don't know who we're going to face yet, but for us, we got to worry about us. There's some things on the stat sheet that we got to shore up for us to continue to win and cut the nets on Sunday, cut the nets down. And as far as Kendric not getting Player of the Year, to me, you know, he deserved it. You know, I ride with my guy at all times, just like all the other coaches are supposed to. He works hard enough. He's put us in position all year to win, and that's just going to be my thing. I'm riding with my guy.
Hey, Coach, you mentioned the experience these guys had with the will to put them on their backs. 68 of the team's 81 points tonight came from Kendric and DeAndre. How important at this time of the year is it to have those two seniors that really has that veteran experience to push late in this tournament?
It's very important because the players, I was in their role. You can't miss a game. You got to show up every night, no matter what it is. Teams can't shut you down. You can't have bad shooting nights. If you do, you got to get to the foul line. You got to do whatever it takes to get that victory, whether it's rebounding, charges, assists, points. You just can't be shut down. So it's so important for them to be playing on the level that they're playing right now.
Coach, you just discussed how important it is for Kendrick and DeAndre to play well, but to cut the nets like you said on Sunday, how important is it for everyone else to step up down the stretch?
Extremely important, which leads me to understand, obviously, that we had injuries this year, and guys have always stepped up all season. They stepped up, next man up. Alo went out, Malcolm went out, now Keontae's out. You got Jaden, you got Chandler, you got Demarie, and you got Eli, and you got Kale. Those guys have to step up. It's so important for them to come in and play a role, spacing the floor for them and knocking down shots, taking charges, rebounding, doing all the little bitty things that they're supposed to be doing to help support these two up here.
Back to the left.
Dre, you started the game extremely aggressive, and you know you're playing very well, getting your shots at the basket. And when UCF is making those runs in the second half and they cut it close, what are you saying to your teammates to kind of push that lead back forward in your favor?
Just basically stay locked in. We know other teams are going to make a run, and that's just basketball. But we got to make sure we stay locked in and consistent the whole time when they make that run. Because it's easy to, get down on yourself when a team make that run. But when you're together and you got your teammates back, you got to continue to tell them to stay consistent.
Jack.
I got two questions for Penny. You've obviously been part of this program forever. Can you remember the last time two Tigers scored 30 points in a game?
No.
I
I can't remember. We had some good teams, but it was always one defining guy that did all the scoring pretty much. And I can't remember. The closest would be, CDR and Derrick Rose era. Maybe somebody did, but I don't think that era. I just don't remember this.
How nice is it to have two?
It's very nice. It's the main reason why I recruited Kendrick very hard, because while DeAndre was, weighing his options on what he was going to do, I figured if I got Kendrick, it would help him understand that he needed to come back. And to me, these are the two best players in our league, two of the best players in the country, closers in my mind, and the stats showed it tonight.
And then finally, how important is it to have players who don't mind them taking the leadership role? In other words, it doesn't appear like they're jealous or they want their shots, or there was a point where they had scored all but 1 point in the second half.
Yeah, well, that's the reason why we are where we are right now. With the team was strategically put together so that we wouldn't have any jealousy. We wouldn't have anyone getting mad if they weren't getting shots, that they would continue to work. And it's worked out beautifully. That's why I said this has been my best team, because nobody's really worrying about, what they're doing, because we've had that before, and it's not fun to be there.
Down here in front.
I got one for KD and one for Dre. Kendrick, when they took that lead, they took y'all's 10-point lead and kind of vanished it midway through the second half. CJ Kelly hit 3 free throws. I know everybody, that's a Memphis fan in that building is going, oh my God. And you come down, you hit back-to-back threes. What's that moment feel like for you, that sense of urgency?
Like I said, they made that run and got to talking crazy. And, man, I'm telling you, one thing about it, I hate that. And just took it up on us to get stops. We got stops. Jay got out and pushed the break fast. Like Coach said, we want to push. And he been telling me all day, run. If you don't get it, just run. And I just ran, and Jay found me on one. And then the second one, just a rhythm off that first one. I just let it go.
And then Dre, obviously you had a stellar year last year, but there's been times where you're looking like one of the best bigs in the country this season. Bringing a guy like Kendrick into y'all's locker room, how much has that helped elevate your game?
It's humongous, man. He does a lot for our team. Like Coach said, he's a closer. And some nights he can just come out and just score at will. And then other nights he can just get everybody involved. So he real versatile. He's an impact player. And just, I love playing with him.
Okay, we'll go to Jason. Then we're going to take two that are joining us remotely. So go ahead, Jason.
Penny, did Halo not being able to come back, did that throw a wrench into the game plan at all? And then secondly, is there an update on his status?
Yeah, absolutely. It threw a monkey wrench in our program and in our game plan because he's one of our best defenders. It's not on ball. I mean, he's not 100%, but he'd be guarding those guys that were getting those layups, and they wouldn't have done that on him. I mean, obviously, Kelly and Horton, those guys are really good, especially C.J. Kelly off the dribble. But he did. It hurt us when he said that he couldn't move out there on the floor. So we'll try to get him some treatment tonight. He did not say he wasn't playing tomorrow, but he just couldn't finish today's game.
Okay, we're going to take two from the Zoom. We'll go to Action News 5 in Memphis, please.
This is for Kendrick and DeAndre. Guys, obviously, more games to play, but for each of you, this is a performance collectively that's going to go down in the record books and the history of Memphis basketball as one of the all-time great performances by a duo. Just quite simply, how do each of you put into words what you guys were able to put together tonight?
We just want to win, and tonight meant us scoring the ball. Tomorrow it might mean finding guys. So we just want to do whatever we got to do to win, and I'm lucky to have a coach because today he told me, you got to be aggressive today. You know, most days he tell me what I got to do, and today I was just aggressive like he said, and it just worked out. But tomorrow, you know, it might mean our other teammates be more aggressive. But as long as we get the win, that's all that matters.
DeAndre, same question?
Basically, the same thing Kendrick just said. We know we those guys that we got to go out there and make big plays, you know, all game. And that's what we do. We have our mindset set on that and following coach lead. And, you know, we just got to make sure we finish out this season the right way, and that's, you know, cutting the nets down for the city.
Okay, we'll take the last one from Wes Pruitt, please, from the Zoom.
This question is for all three. Coach, earlier you spoke about players stepping up throughout the season. Talk specifically about Jaden and how he's not only stepped up as a player in this offense, but also as just a young man.
Yeah, Jaden has done a terrific job because he waits his turn. He's a total teammate. He's going to be the guy that's cheering everybody on when he's not in the game. And when he gets in the game, he's going to pretty much do everything right. He's going to defend. He's going to be in the right areas. He's going to talk. He's going to do the things that you need to win. And you always, even though he's my son, he's a really great teammate, and he's willing to do whatever it takes. And his role, you know, was big tonight because he had to be the guy at the end of the game trying to get stops. And we need that. He's the guy that just has to step up and do whatever it takes every single night, whether it's, you know, pumping guys up, whether it's getting the ball to these two guys, whether it's knocking down shots. And tomorrow might be his night scoring. Today was his night. Well, today was his day to defend.